Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you'd be fine. This is chapter number 8 of Cambridge Lower Secondary Book 7, Recognizing Congruent Shapes. Today we are going to solve some of the questions having figures where some of the figures are congruent to each other and some are not. So how are we going to identify that which of the shapes are congruent? So basically, the shapes that are identical in shape and size both are congruent to each other, right? And for example, let's say the two sides are equal in length for two different figures. So these two sides are called corresponding sides. Like if I have two triangles for this, for example, one of the triangle is ABC, where side AB is equals to, for example, 4 centimeters, side AC is equals to 5 centimeters, and side CB is equals to, for example, 6 centimeters. And then I have one more triangle of the same sort, but in this triangle, for example, I have PQR. So here I have 4 centimeters. Again, PQ is 4 centimeters, PR is 5 centimeters, and PRQ is equals to 6 centimeters. So since PQ is equals to AB, so we can say that the length of PQ and AB are same, that is 4 centimeters each. So sides AB and PQ are corresponding sides. These two sides are corresponding to each other. Similarly, sides CB and AQ are similar in length, so these two are corresponding sides, and the third side is also corresponding to each other. So when all three sides of two different triangles are equal to each other, three of the sides are corresponding to the other three sides in other triangle, these two shapes are called congruent triangles, right? So in question number 1, what we have to do, we have to identify which of these triangles are congruent to triangle A. We have to find out that which of the triangles from B till E are congruent to this one. For this, what you have to do, students, measure taking a ruler. That is, what is the length of each side? So let's say the first one for me is 3.3 centimeters. According to me, it is 3.3. You will have to see according to your figure in your textbook. And then this side is, the second side is around 3.9 centimeters. And the last one is like 2 centimeters. Okay. So the three sides are 2 centimeters, 3.3 centimeters, and 3.9 centimeters. If we look at a triangle B, it's clearly seen that all three sides, or at least these two sides, seems congruent. They are similar in length, and this one is quite different. So this one couldn't be congruent to triangle A. But if we talk about a triangle C, so we can see that these two sides seem to be quite similar to that of triangle A, but the third side doesn't seem to be. So again, this one is not congruent to triangle A. Okay. Then if we talk about a triangle F, so in triangle F, we can say that this triangle could be congruent to triangle A because this side seem to be, no, again, this is not congruent to triangle A. So it's just triangle D and triangle G, and I guess triangle E. These triangles seems to be congruent to that of triangle A because they are exactly the same. Here, these three sides are equal to 2 centimeters. Then this base equals to 3.3 centimeters. So we can mark them with one line each, and this one with two lines, so that it would be easier for you to identify. And the third one is the hypotenuse 3.9 centimeters. So the largest side would be the hypotenuse. But students, if we look at part E, so the sides are not congruent. Only one side is corresponding to the others, but these sides are not as equal as we have exact same sides in D and G as A. So this one won't be congruent to the figure A because this side is around 3.1 centimeters and this one is around hmm, yeah. So this is 2.5 centimeters something. And this one is around 3 centimeters. So we cannot say that this one is congruent. Again, this is also not congruent to figure A. Only D and G are congruent to A in this one. Now let's move to question number 2. In question number 2, again, we are provided with some of the shapes and we have to see that which of the shapes are congruent to that of A. So if we look at what you have to do, students, is just measure all the sides, at least measure the side above and below, and then the sides on the either sides. And then look for the congruent shapes that are congruent to shape A. So if we look closely, we will find that only shape D and shape. So for this, it's better to write down the length of each side. So if we look at the length of the above and below, it's 1 centimeter each. And when we measure the same length for the other figures, we will find that it's only in D and G that these two sides are 1 centimeters each. Okay. Then if we talk about the adjacent sides of 1 centimeter, so we will find that all four sides are 0.4 centimeters over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. These 8 sides are of 0.4 centimeters each. And we will see that we will find the same over here. These 8 sides are 0.4 centimeters. Then again, here, all these 4 sides on either sides are 0.4 centimeters in D and G. And same with the last one, that is the two sides at the two edges on either sides would be 0.3 each. So these two sides are 0.3, 0.3, and over here, again, these are of 0.3, 0.3 centimeters. So figure A, figure D, and figure G are only congruent with each other. Apart from that, B, C, E, and F are not congruent to figure A. Now let's move to question number 3. Question number 3 says rectangle ABCD is congruent to rectangle EFGH. Now what we have to do, we have to write down the length of the side EF. So if we will measure, we will see that if AB is 8 centimeters, so yes, it's exactly the same for EF, which is 8 centimeters too. You just have to measure it with your scale. And then if we talk about write down the length of the side FG, so FG is congruent to BC. So if BC is given as 3 centimeters, so FG is also 3 centimeters. Because we know that the corresponding sides are always equal to each other in two congruent figures. Okay, then let's move to question number 4. Question number 4 says, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. These are the statements that are given to us. So whenever this statement would be given, we just have to prove that whatever the statement is given, it's true or not. And if the statement won't be given and we have to drive the statement, then what we have to do, we have to measure the corresponding sides. And after that, we will find that if the given side would be congruent or not. Okay, if the statement would be given, then we just have to prove it. Now they're saying write down the length of the side AB. So if these two figures are congruent to each other, then AB and DE are corresponding to each other. So we can say that AB is equals to 5 centimeters. Why? Because it is corresponding to DE. Okay? And corresponding sides are always equal to each other when the two figures are congruent to each other. Okay? And then BC, if you talk about BC, so BC is corresponding to EF. So we can write BC is equals to 12 centimeters because it's corresponding to EF. These two sides are corresponding to each other. So if this is 12 centimeters, so this would also be 12 centimeters. These two sides are corresponding. So if this is 5 centimeters, this would also be 5 centimeters. Similarly, these two sides are corresponding. So if this is 13 centimeters, this would also be 13 centimeters. So if you have to find out the side DF, DF would be 13 centimeters. It's that simple. It's just finding the corresponding sides and figuring out that where would it be equal to each other. Then comes part B, work out the size of BAC. If we talk about BAC, students, so we have to recall that if the two angles in a triangle are given, so we can find the third angle very easily because the sum of angles, interior angles in a triangle equals to 180 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. Since a box always expresses 90-degree angle, this is also given 35 degrees. So angle BAC equals to 180 minus 90, which is 90. 90 minus 35, which is 55. So angle BAC is equals to 55 degrees. That's all. Now, let's talk about part C, where we have to write down the size of angle EDF. EDF. So if this angle is 55, EDF would also be 55 because these two angles are congruent to each other. So we will write it as angle EDF is equals to 55 as well because it's corresponding to angle BAC, which is already found, that is 55 degrees. Next we have DFE. DFE. DFE is corresponding to ACB. So this would also be 35 degrees. So we can write it over here that DFE is equals to 35 degrees because it's corresponding to ACB. Now, in part D, what we have to do, we have to copy and complete these sentences. The first one has been done for you. Side AB corresponds to side DE, which we have already found. Side AB and DE are corresponding to each other. Similarly, side BC corresponds to side EF. Hence, they are equal to each other. Then side AC, the third one, the hypotenuse of the first triangle corresponds to the hypotenuse, that is DF of the triangle DEF. Then angle ABC is corresponding to DEF. Then BAC corresponds to EDF. And then ACB corresponds to DFE. You have to be very careful with the sequence. Where is the angle is starting from and where is it ending and which one is the midpoint? Now let's move to question number 5, where we are provided with two triangles and these two triangles are congruent to each other, but they seem to be mirror image because we can see that the two are similar, exactly similar in shape and size, but their shapes are not exactly the same, as we can see that the sides which are similar are having mirror image. So in this triangle, we can see that UW is corresponding to YX and not VU is corresponding to YX. So this sometimes happens that the two figures that are congruent to each other are not given as it is, but their mirror images are given. So we have to figure out that which of the length of the side, write down the length of the side of UV. So UV is equals to UW, sorry. UW would be corresponding to YX. So it would be 3.1 centimeters. Since these two sides are corresponding to each other, because they are saying these are congruent. So we have to figure out that which two sides would be corresponding to each other. So UW corresponds to XY. So since XY is given as 3.1 centimeters, so UW would also be 3.1 centimeters. Similarly, XZ, we have to find next XZ. So XZ is corresponding to VU. So it would be 6.5 centimeters. And then comes the third part, that is YZ. YZ is corresponding to VW. So it would be 7.8 centimeters, right? Next, we have to write down the size of the angles. So if one of the angle is given in the first triangle UVW and two angles are given in the second one, so this angle VUW would be corresponding to YXZ, which is the third angle in part B. So this angle would be 95 degrees. These two angles would be congruent. This one would be 95. And then since the sides UV and XY are corresponding to each other, so this angle would be 62. This is what you have to focus. Then this angle, the third angle would be 23. Okay. So UVW would be 23 degrees and UWV would be 62 degrees. Be very careful with these type of questions. Now the next question, question number 6 is Sophia draws these triangles. There are two triangles she has drawn having two angles in triangle 1 and again two different angles in triangle 2. So Sophia says, I think my two triangles are congruent. Without knowing the length of any of the sides, how do you know that Sophia is incorrect? What are we going to do since we know that the sum of interior angles equals to 180 degrees. So the third angle in triangle 1 equals to 180 minus 57 minus 42. What are we going to do? We will simply add 57 with 42 and the answer is 99. And then what are we going to do? We will subtract it from 180. So the answer would be 81 degrees. It means the third angle would be 81. It means the two angles are not congruent because the two angles in triangle 2 are 84 and 42. Only one angle is equal to the two in the two triangles. Hence, these two triangles are not congruent to each other. Similarly, the sum of triangles in the second triangle would be, and the third angle, we can also find the third angle in triangle 2, which would be 180 minus 84 minus 42. That is, first we will add 42 and 84, which will give us a sum of 126. And then we will subtract it from 180. So the answer would be 54. It means the third angle would be 54. So you can see that the three angles in the two triangles are not equal to each other. Since all three angles are not equal to the other triangle angles, so the two triangles are not congruent. If the three angles, all three angles would be equal to each other in the two triangles, then these two triangles would be congruent to each other. And now we have proved that the two triangles are not congruent. Without knowing all three angles, the size of all three angles, we cannot find that if the two triangles are congruent to each other or not. With seeing that only one angle is equal, that is 42, 42. But the rest of the two angles are different in both the triangles. So these two triangles won't be congruent to each other. So we have completed till question number 6 in this video. Inshallah, we are going to solve a few more questions in the next video. Until then, take care. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to it and share it with your friends as much as you can. Take care.